And we're back.
Hello.
It's been
4 weeks.
12 years since we last recorded.
12 years, 365 days. I don't know. No, yeah, 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
It's been 4 weeks since we last recorded, yeah.
No, it's been, it'll be 5 weeks because we record usually about 4 days in advance. So it's been about, by the time this one broadcasts, it'll be 5 weeks since we recorded, 4 weeks since an episode came out.
It feels like forever, literally.
Kind of is.
I mean, we're not, I don't know, it was never, we never like tried to make this sort of like, we're going to do this military style every single week and it's going to be this, this and this. We just wanted to try and get it done.
Yeah, I know, but you know me, I like structure, so that's why we went for every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and then
true.
Things get in the way and it's now been 4.
Well, life has a funny way of, you know, fucking you over, doesn't it, every now and again. But we can get into it. I think that's probably what this is about. I mean, this is probably going to be like labeled as "and we're back" or something like that.
Back once again.
Back once again. So we could probably just do a bit of a life update. I think that would probably be a fun way of.
Well, I don't think people know much about our lives anyway.
Well, I don't think they do neither. So this could probably be a great way of sort of getting into that, I suppose. Okay. I mean,
where would you like to start?
So far, we're just, you know, we're faceless nobodies.
And we'll continue to be faceless nobodies.
Yeah. No, we won't. We have to get to the point where this is like, where, you know, where it'll be televised.
Televised?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
like on
aim
ITV?
Big. Yes, aim
BBC?
Big. Yes.
You want your own sitcom?
My life's a joke, so I don't think I need a sitcom dedicated to it. But yeah, I think we can do. So let's start off at the beginning. When I was a child, no.
Oh my goodness. Can we not go that far back?
No, we won't go.
Oh, if you're going to go that far back, at least make it quick.
Make it snappy. Hit it and quit it. No. We won't go that far back. But I suppose what we'll probably say is the whole like podcast thing came about because we were both working in corporate hospitality for absolute years and years. And it came to the point where the pandemic kicked in. I think it did what, you know, it did to everybody what it did to us, which is make us all suddenly go, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this to be my life, and kind of cut away from the whole thing.
I don't think it was just that. Like, we spoke about doing a podcast before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, quite a while ago.
We just never really got it off the ground. No. And I think with change of circumstances and everything that happened, we just thought, do you know what? Why not give it a go?
I think it was just the right time, wasn't it? It was looking at what we were doing in our lives and going, actually, I kind of want to make something different or make something bigger. Not necessarily better, but just something that we want to do, which is, you know, talk for an hour a day.
You talk for more than an hour a day, let's be fair. This is right up your street, you don't shut up.
No, it's not. It's the perfect place for me to spout out stupidity. But we kind of hit that point where we was done with corporate hospitality, and so we moved back. So we moved from Nottingham.
Yeah, we lived in Nottingham for... So if we go, let's go all the way back, shall we? So we were both born in Stockport in Manchester.
Yep.
And then 9 years ago it would have been, I think you moved to Nottingham for job opportunities, and then less than a year later I followed you to Nottingham, again for multiple job opportunities, and we stayed there, and we always said that being in Nottingham we wouldn't be there for very long. We said maybe 2 to 5 years.
Yeah, it was meant to be
most.
long term. It was like,
it was just supposed to be there to like gain experience and knowledge and meet new people and things, and then move back to Manchester. That 2 to 5 years turned into 7 to 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Well, I think but I was there for 7 years. You were there for 8 years.
Yeah. And
we moved back in November of last year.
Yeah, November last year. And the original onset of moving back to Manchester was to be closer to family. I think it was
and
to
friends.
Be closer to friends as well, and to sort of, not that we didn't have friends in Nottingham, just so everyone who's listening from Nottingham now, like, we didn't want to be near you. Yeah, no.
We did make friends. Of course we made friends in Nottingham. Got lots of friends in Nottingham. It wasn't that. It was that the reasons that we moved to Nottingham were to further our careers and our development inside of corporate hospitality. And once we both hit manager phases in our respective areas, in our respective fields, and then both left the business that we were working for at the time and went to work at different businesses between Lincolnshire and Nottingham. And it just, when it got to the pandemic and you sat at home, like, what if another pandemic, the question is, what if another pandemic hits again? Like, yes, we have our friends in Nottingham, but that was it. Like, we weren't that close. I know it's not that far away from Manchester, but it was about a 2-hour. It's about a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I think the reality was that when something like this happens, you're not close enough, and it's a pandemic, so you weren't allowed in anybody's houses. So we couldn't just pop by because it's a 2-hour journey here. You wouldn't have been allowed in somebody's house if you needed to go to the toilet, which is my favourite thing to do. And then it would have been another 2 hours back. And it just wasn't feasible. And then when things were happening, we couldn't be here for anybody.
No.
Because it was a lot of effort. You'd have to have peed behind a bush or something, I don't know. But it just didn't make sense. And then obviously our best friends, the people that we're very, very close to, are also living in the Manchester area. So the reasons for being in Nottingham no longer made sense. They were no longer reasons. To me, they were no longer reasons.
No, they weren't. It wasn't viable anymore. We'd kind of surpassed that point. And I think that the whole focus on having a career, so to speak, of being like a manager in somebody else's business and, to sort of push the 40-hour limits and go to work every single day, trekking backwards and forwards, it became monotonous and it became dull and it became everything that I didn't want to be anymore. In my younger years, I was happy to like flood in 60 to 70 hours a week in work and, make that my life. But it was strange. The pandemic sort of changed that perspective a little bit.
I think it changed the perspective of a lot of people. If you talk to anybody that's in hospitality now, they'll tell you that they're struggling for staff because people they left. But we're getting off topic.
We're getting off topic.
If we go down that road,
we'll be here all day. That'll be a different one. But
So
then we came back here.
That's what happened there.
And then decided that we should open up our own business, which unfortunately is proving to be the hardest fucking thing.
It's taken a slight turn.
I think I could do brain surgery, to be honest with you, and that would be an easier task.
Oh, so do I, but I've racked up 18 years of Grey's Anatomy, so...
Yeah, mine's just from intuition.
That's fair.
But I think that would be an easier task than us trying to open up our own goddamn business. It's so difficult. Like, Boris Johnson's level up is BS. But anyway, that is a kettle of fish that I do not want to open.
No.
And so obviously we decided in and out of working on that project to start doing podcasting. And we didn't know what to call it. We didn't know what it was going to be about. We didn't even have any equipment for it.
We had no name. We had nothing. We just had an idea.
Nothing. We just had an idea. We'll just talk. But then let's make a living.
We're running out of money.
We're running out of money.
And we thought, you know what? Let's make a podcast and earn even less money.
Yeah, and buy stuff and not make nothing. But do you know what? We are a community podcast. We are here for the community at large. And hopefully that also means at some point that people are going to subscribe and they're going to,
Eventually, I'm sure that there'll be a big difference, but we'll worry about that. If there's no change in a year, then...
Well, there's no change in a year. I'll probably still do it. I'll still be...
Just talk to yourself, it's fine.
Talking to myself. Do you know, I looked it up the other day and was like, can one person do a podcast? And they were like, yes, but because of how like monotonous it can be, they were like, it should really only be done in 10-minute stints. I was like, I could do a 10-minute podcast by myself every single day.
Oh, God.
But
we decided to do the podcasting, and then you wrote a book.
I wrote a book
in quarantine.
A year and a half in which to get
Would you like to tell the viewers the name of the book in case they don't know?
Sure thing, yeah. You can find my book everywhere on Amazon, on other
Kindle
sites, Kindle as well. Yeah, there's loads of different places. It's also on Hulu and all the rest of it. Lulu, not Hulu. Hulu's the TV show.
Hulu's a TV program.
Lulu, yeah.
It's a station.
Lulu is a publisher. There we go. And you can basically get it there. It's called Violet Villain, The God of War. And it's basically about a plucky major for the UNN military, and she does a lot of stuff like saving the world from bad guys and gods.
And she's gay.
She's a lesbian. She's an out and proud lesbian in a current relationship. And in the new book, we sort of, well, the one that I'm working on at the moment in time.
No spoilers.
No, I'll do a little spoiler here. We sort of, we encounter one of Violet's exes.
Oh,
yes, and we sort of go into the drama of that whole.
We'll have a little bit of lesbian drama.
Definitely, and yeah, so it's effectively the primary theme of it is science fiction, but you know it runs into LGBTQ themes. And it explores a futuristic
action
approach.
Adventure.
Yeah, well,
a little bit of anime.
Bit of everything. A little bit of everything for somebody. You know, ultimately the story for some may be far-fetched, but the overarching theme is perseverance. The female perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's probably the most important thing to me. So yeah, I wrote a book and my God, that was hard work, and I'm writing the second one.
He wrote
now.
a book on a dare, and it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
It only took him 18 months, but you can go and buy it now. So if anybody is interested and you don't have a copy of Doug's book, as we said, it's Violet Villain, The God of War, and it's on Amazon and
other places. If
Kindle
you
and
just type into Google Violet Villain, The God of War, boom, you'll get it right.
Anyway,
away.
so you wrote a book and then you started doing other work.
So I wrote a book and then I started doing other writing as well. So I started doing a blog. I started doing independent writings for other people, so some commission pieces. And that really wasn't enough, to be honest with you, because it was still very infant. So then I applied to do writing with an agency as well. I don't think I can say what agency it is, to be honest with you. But I basically started doing advertisement copy scripts for American companies. So like if they were selling glazed windows or cars, or you know they want to promote their business, I will create a script and get it, you know, to them as fast as possible, and then they can say whether they like it or not, and basically get paid per script that you do. And thus has begun my writing career, I suppose. It kind of has escalated into that.
Well, you're making enough to get you by for now.
Yeah, definitely. It's enough for me to comfortably say that I don't have to return back to work, and I'm kind of doing this. It's all freelance, and I'm doing it for me. So it kind of fulfills what we came back home for, which was to get out.
Do something different.
Yeah, do something different and explore something that I've always wanted to do, which was
writing.
Yeah. You know, not all of us can be J.K. Rowling, thankfully.
We don't want to be.
But I mean the success level.
Level.
Certainly
yes.
not the transphobic hate comments, but not all of us can be her. I can't write a series of 7 books and have them published and instantly garner billions of pounds worth of revenue. I wish I could do that. Don't get me wrong. Even if I sold one book at 1 million copies, I'd be like, and I've retired. And that would be it. I would go off into the woods. You would never hear from me again.
Wow. What, even me?
No, you would.
Just thought I'd check. You looked at me directly in the eye when you'd never hear from me again. Like it was the threat. Like
yeah, I do. But unfortunately, that's not my life. That's not my lived experience. So until that point, I just keep going and do what I love doing at the moment.
Very, very good.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your life.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't do anything actually. I waited a little bit longer than you because I came back with a fair bit of dollar bills. And then I joined the same agency as you a month later, to do the same thing, writing ad scripts and things. It was working. I can do it. I do have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Not quite as well as you can. But for me, I have more outgoings than you do.
Yes.
I have a car and stuff like that. Dougie can't drive. Dougie doesn't even have a license.
No.
So my outgoings are double what yours are, and unfortunately, the writing just was not covering the cost. Which is then where the podcast has been affected for the last 4 weeks, because I decided to go back into corporate hospitality. The thing I left, I am now back in. Only with a difference this time. So now I'm not doing a managerial position. I'm not even doing a team leader position. I am a lowly breakfast chef.
A lowly breakfast chef. I exist by my own means.
And I do less than 40. I do less than 40 hours a week, which is beautiful. What is not so beautiful is the 6 a.m. starts and getting up at 4:30 in the morning. But it's okay because we're getting there slowly. And I literally do, at the minute as it stands, I only do Monday to Friday, 6 till 3 or 6 till 12, depends on the shift pattern. And I get weekends and evenings off.
Exactly.
So, you know, like I spoke to you, and then I spoke to my girlfriend, and it was like, and my parents, and it was like, if I'm going to go back into hospitality, it needs to go back in my terms. I know I'm not earning half as much as what I used to earn when I was head chef, sous chef sort of level, but honestly, it's not worth it.
No,
it's not worth the aggro. It's not worth spending 70, 80 hours a week. It's not worth relationships. It's not worth friendships. It's not worth your life.
No.
It's just not worth it. And I like spending time. I like to go out with my mates or do whatever in the evenings and have the opportunity to have a life. Yeah. So we haven't done the podcast for the last 4 weeks because I took on a job 3 weeks ago. Yeah, this is my third week at the business.
Feels longer.
No, this is my third week. Just entered my third week. So we decided to put the podcast on hold while I can get to grips with working and my relationship, and then come back to podcasting, and we reevaluated our situations.
It's just trying to create a balance.
It was just a balance, yeah. I still wanted to do the podcast, but I think focusing on the new job and making sure that was all, and everything was flowing properly, and all of, because I'm a stickler for making sure that everything's like all my uniforms washed and dried, and I've eaten at the right times, and I'm going to sleep at the right times, and I'm getting up at the right times, and everything is structured. I like to be structured. So then to bring the podcast in at the same time as when I was starting that job would have just flustered me and given me major anxiety, and it just wasn't worth it. So it was better for me to focus on the money aspect, which was work, and obviously my relationship as well at the same time, because I didn't want to lose that, and making sure that works before coming back to you all.
To all of you.
All you beautiful people.
All 3 of you now.
All 3 of you. So all 5 of you subscribers.
No, do you know what the thing is? Yeah, it makes perfect sense. We are still very young into our podcast life, and we don't, listen, let's be quite frank and honest, we don't make any money from this at all. And the aim is for it to make money. Of course, that's what we want. That's what everyone wants. You want to make money from projects that you're doing, however creative it may be. And we get to that point eventually, but something has to give when you make a life change, when you sort of go into something else, like going back, returning to work on a regular basis. Something has to give in your life, and we couldn't keep doing the podcast on a Sunday because of other commitments. We couldn't, we can't really record for an hour's time anymore because, it used to be like an hour and a half, and then we'd edit it
It's
down.
just not going to, it wasn't going to work. I don't want to give up. For obvious reasons, I don't want to give up the podcast because I do like doing it, and yeah, like what you said, hopefully eventually it does make us money, and right now it doesn't. But the more important thing was the majority of my income, which is going out into hospitality and getting that dollar bills, getting the dollar bills,
getting that bread,
being able to pay for stuff. So that had to take precedence over everything else, and then also on top of that, making sure that my relationship didn't fall apart at the same time. Not because I thought it would do, because she's not that person.
Well, not over an hour a day anyway.
No.
No,
she's not that
For
person,
that 1 hour, I must see you. Oh, by the way, I know you, and I know you're not like that, but can you imagine?
No, she's not like that at all, but I don't... how many times do you see like people in hospitality and relationships that just crumble?
Yeah.
They just fall apart. It just
helps that they're in hospitality though as well.
It does.
Being in a relationship with
does
a person
help that she's in hospitality.
Helps.
She does understand, obviously. But those were my 2 priorities.
Yes.
And now we've sorted those priorities and we reevaluated the podcast, so we're just going to do 30-minute episodes every week.
We're going to aim for 30 minutes because, you know, I can talk for an hour. I could talk for 8 hours a day, to be perfectly honest with you. It really doesn't matter. But we think that 30 minutes is a good balance for the pair of us. You know, you have got a more grueling schedule when it comes to work than me because mine is freelance, so I take the opportunity where I can. And it's a lot of work trying to edit down an hour and a half's talking into an hour solid of actual good stuff, because you do kind of have to listen to it for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, well I know I listen to it for longer than an hour and a half. So if a podcast is an hour, I listen to it, I'll cut and edit where there's gaps, or if we've paused, just have a quick conversation over the top of it. And then I have to go, once I've edited that out, I have to go back and listen to it again to make sure that it flows correctly. So it takes me half a day. It can take me up to 6 hours to edit down, because I'm not a pro at this as well. I'm still learning.
Yeah, exactly.
It can take me up to 6 hours to edit down 1 hour podcast.
I mean, you got faster though. And
I got faster. I think I got down to about 4 hours maybe.
Yeah. But it still takes up a huge.
It takes up too much. Takes up too much time to edit down an hour's podcast, and obviously once we get better at podcasting, it probably will only take me a couple of hours. But I'm hoping with a 30-minute episode over a couple of days, because I have to manage work at the same time, it will be ready once a week, and it'll only take me maybe 2 hours, even less than that, to edit it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that's the case, then
if we can get it more punchier, more to the point, and to be
and
able
I can
to
stop us from going off track.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I don't care about going off track, you know that, but we understand that sometimes it can happen and people are just like, get back to the point, but you know, that's not always our style. But I think that 30 minutes I think 30 minutes keeps us grounded in that sort of way. And who knows, listen, if time goes on, if you love this, if you can get us up to 1 million views, we can do this full time, and then I can sit down and do 12 hours a day on podcasting. Can you imagine?
Oh my god, everybody unsubscribe. Let's not do that. But he won't. I will make sure I'll take the microphone off. I'll hide it. I whatever it takes.
But we can deliver more content, and I think that that's the whole point of this, is that with time comes more content, comes more structure, comes more of getting people's opinions. You know, we can discuss topics that other people want to discuss. We can go into more detail about things, share our personal experience, ask us questions. I mean, you could do all that now anyway, to be honest with you. You know, go onto our YouTube channel, leave a comment there, subscribe to us, download it, tell other people. You know, the biggest thing that you could do for us is to tell other people about it. Because really, it's the viewership that helps with everything else. And absolutely. It's free. We ain't charging nobody nothing. I'm like Marie Curie. I'm a saint.
I wouldn't have gone that far, but I think that explained where we've been for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And also we were just like hanging out with mates and stuff. So
well, it's just hard, isn't it? You don't want to be you don't want to start something, commit to it, and then sort of abandon it, and then there's no come round from it. Do you know what I mean? And then people that have been listening, because we do have regular listeners. We didn't want them to feel sort of like, oh, and they've done one. Do you know what I mean? They did 5 episodes.
And they're out.
And, you know, a hard out at episode number 6. Like, the last thing we want to discuss is trans rights, and we're gone. Goodbye. Do you know what I mean? That's all
we were here for.
Yeah, and that was it. We was building up to that one moment. No, there's still so much. The LGBTQ story, history, past, present, and future is still not wrote. And so it's something that we feel impassionate about and feel so strongly about it. There is never a day when something doesn't happen that doesn't either enrage me or make me happy. And that's something that we will always have to discuss on this. I don't think we will ever run out of topics.
Oh no, I don't think we'll ever run out of topics. And if we do, we'll just start reviewing things.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. As soon as we run out of
anything with queer content.
Yeah,
on it.
That's it. We're going to start discussing why they did Willow dirty and Buffy. Do you know why they killed
Dana in the L Word.
Something I am still not over. So there's loads of stuff that we can do, and loads of stuff we will keep doing. So yeah, this episode was for us to explain ourselves to all of you and beg for forgiveness.
I'm not begging for anything.
I'm not. I'm only
other things came first. I'm begging for subscribers here. Well, I'm begging for subscribers. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So we've. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers? How about a little bit about yourself, apart from the fact that you're a writer?
Oh, I'm also gay. I
think
I'd
they
make
knew
that. I just thought I'd make that announcement so that then everybody was understanding me. Do you know what I mean?
I think they already knew.
Because they probably listen to me and go, who's that who's that masculine, deep voice, mysterious man? And
Sorry, I think a pig just flew past me.
I take it from your face that you agree with me. Because the viewers can't see it, but you've been nodding your head and opening your eyes real wide.
Anyway.
Is there anything else that I want to say? No, you can hit me up.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Too old. I am 30. Okay, fine. I'm 32 years old. I'm a single white female. And I'm just a small town girl on a Saturday night looking for the fight of her life.
Jesus.
But yeah, I'm 32 years old, single, don't at me. And literally, if you want to ask us more, you can head to Twitter at Sure Thing. Ask us questions. We're more than happy to start answering them for you. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the PIN number to my bank account, but I can discuss.
You wouldn't want it anyway. There's nothing in there.
No. But I'm open to discussing anything or answering anyone's questions or going into any sort of detail. It's cool.
And it's his birthday next month. You have to send him happy birthdays on the 20th of June.
Ugh, thanks. Now everyone knows my birthday.
Yeah.
Whilst we're giving out all of the.
I didn't give out your PIN details.
And the address.
They'd find it if they found you on Facebook or.
And the name of the first pet was. And my mother's maiden name is. Jesus Christ. What next?
Your mother's maiden name is Jesus Christ, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. I am that old. Feels that way at this moment in time. Yeah, it's my birthday next month. Don't get me anything. Don't wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah. Get your subscribers.
Get me subscribers.
For your birthday.
For birthday. Well, that's just that's not a thing, so I don't understand. But, how old are you?
34.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I know I am. I'm not embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed.
I'm not ashamed.
I'm not even ashamed.
I'm not upset about it either.
I'm just upset, yeah. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed. It's not like, I'm ashamed, I aged. No, that's just a natural part of life. That doesn't mean I like it.
My birthday is the 24th of October, just so that we're even. There you go. Mine's
fine.
ages
And your mother's
away.
maiden name is...
Jesus Christ, apparently. According to you. Mum's going to listen to this and be like, what?
No, yeah, tell me about it, yeah. If you're listening, Mum, we know what your maiden name is. We're just not saying it over the internet.
Because it's Dougie's pin. It's not.
Oh, can you imagine? Someone gets my card and tries it.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I think that's it, really. Do you?
I think so. Is there anything else you'd like to declare?
Yeah.
Going through customs?
I am not an escaped convict, I swear. Can you imagine trying to get through customs now with everything that's frigging going on in the airport? Jesus Christ. Anyway, no, nothing else to declare except for the usual speech, which is that if you want to support us, you can. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. And hit the like comment if you've really enjoyed it.
Hit the bell button for notifications.
And if you want to, download our episode of our podcast on any channel. We're on Apple Music.
Spotify.
We're also on Google Play. Is it Google Play?
And some other stuff that
Google
I can't
Podcast?
remember right now.
I don't know. We're on all of them. Check us out.
We're on a fair amount now.
Leave some comments, leave some descriptors. If you go onto Amazon, if you go onto Apple and you leave a comment, it works wonderful for us. It could be something like, it's okay. And it will still do.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's all right. But it will still do so much for us. And I think that's kind of what I want to push out there is just get involved, join in the community, see us at Twitter.
Buy me a coffee.
Buy you a coffee. Someone get this woman caffeine.
Because I need it for my 4:30 a.m. wake up calls.
Yeah, because I have a job now.
I have a real job. My girlfriend keeps calling it a big girl job.
Oh, it is a big girl job. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's all I want to say is with your support, we can get so far. And we welcome it. We welcome all of the feedback. We welcome all of the interaction.
And our episodes hopefully will now be every Monday for release.
Yeah, every Monday. And
if this changes, we will let you know.
Yeah, we're not 100%
we won't disappear.
Sure. But yeah, hopefully every Monday. They're going to be roughly half an hour's time now. So it's going to be quicker and easier. You can listen to us in the car journey, when you're taking a shower, wherever you want.
I thought you were going to say something
Can you imagine?
else?
Do you think I was going to say, when you're taking a shit? Listen, you can. I am not here to discriminate. If we are your toilet break podcast, comment, let us know.
On that note, I apologise for him.
We will see you again in a week's time. Can't wait.
We're back.
Bye.
Bye.